What up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Jess. Welcome back to another Madden 18 video. Today, they released a ton of new flashbacks that are out today, and they have some cards that really look good, and we're about to go on ahead and go over each and every single one of them. Now, the cards they went ahead and dropped today include 93 Ryan Shazier, 93 Josh Gordon, 93 Tyler Eifert, 93 Kam Chancellor, 94 JJ Watt, 94 Darrelle Revis, 94 Marshawn Lynch, and a 94 Andrew Luck. Now we are on our budget squadron, and I think, matter of fact, let's go to our main team so we can really compare the cards to some of the better players in the game. Now I am going to be doing some big pickups tomorrow. Once the legend packs come out, I plan on picking up some big upgrades for the budget squad. I think I'm gonna do something, man, you'll see the video today. I really think I'm gonna sell Abraham and Reggie White, and those two have been monstrous for me, for those of you who have been watching and keeping up with the budget squad. But I think I can get, if not similar production, slightly downgraded, and be able to use all those coins from the two guys that I want to get, that I think can do just as good, and put those coins elsewhere, because there's some guys that I really want to get, and we'll see if we'll see. I may keep White and I may keep Abraham. We'll see how that works out tomorrow. But first, that's another time in the future. Let's go straight over to flashbacks. And let's go to the Steelers. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ryan Shazier that was released today. If you guys seen my pack opening, you guys seen that I was unable to get any of the new content that was released today. I'm sure Shazier is going to be one of the more expensive cards in the game because of his speed. He's going to be really fast at 92 speed. And if you have Coach Madden, that's going to get boosted up to 93. He's really fast. Like really fast. He is going to be able to cover ground like no other. I mean, goodness gracious, man. Outside of that, I'm not sure how monstrous he would be. Like, let's keep it real here. You don't get Shazier to leave him on his own, right? You get Ray Lewis or Brian Urlacher to do that. You get Shazier to user him. He doesn't have the greatest block shed, the greatest play rec. His pursuit's godlike. He doesn't have the greatest zone coverage. You get Shazier to user him, and as a user, he's godlike. 6'1", he's got good height. He's 92 speed, man. The amount of ground this guy's gonna cover. You could be on the D line. You could come in, run a screen. You can drop down for a screen and run back and probably intercept the post over the middle. Like, goodness gracious, this card is fast. What's his acceleration looking like? 92 acceleration, 92 speed. The card is just godlike fast. We'll compare him to Deion Jones. Deion Jones has one less speed, more awareness, 92 tackle, less play rec for Shazier, more block shed, more pursuit. But Deion Jones is similar to that of Ryan Shazier. Again, you don't really get Deion Jones to leave him as, that's a user card. That's, cards that just have a ton of speed you want to take advantage of. That Shazier looks monstrous, absolutely monstrous. I mean, I will be passing on him because I already have Deion Jones, who's only -1 speed, so it's not that big of a difference to me to want to get. But my goodness, that Shazier is freaking disgusting. Let's head on over to the Browns, and let's go ahead and take a look at Josh Gordon. All these lucky people that were lucky enough to get these new content, because I was not one of them. 93 overall. And we take a look, and we see that he has 93 speed, 92 catching, 90 elusiveness, 94 spec catch, 92 release, 87 route running, 89 catching traffic, 91 jumping. Now, one thing that he does fail to really have is his route running. His route running is pretty low at 87. And route running definitely makes a big difference, man. The higher your route running, the absolute more crisp you're going to run these routes and create separation. Outside of that, it sucks too. Josh Gordon in his prime was really looking like one of the premier receivers of this era. Like, he was so dominant in the short time he was on before. Look at Julio Jones is so glitchy as double playmaker. He has double PP. Look at that. Double PP. How many people you know out here with the double PP? That's glitchy if you ask me. But Josh Gordon has a ton of elusiveness, so once the ball is in his hands, he should do a pretty decent job of avoiding tackles. You know, not sure what his juking is looking like, but let's see if we can find that and see. I mean, juking has been nerfed a ton anyways, but, you know, still, you want to take a 90 juke move. And that elusiveness, my goodness, this card, before the juking patch, would have been untackleable. He would have just been so slippery and just evading tackles and absolutely juking everybody out their socks. But 93, really good card. He's going for right now 350k. I personally think you can find better options at 350k. Route running to me is just, you know, very important. And if you're going to spend that type of coinage on a receiver, you can probably get a Marvin Harrison and somebody that I think could do better for probably around the same price. Good card though, definitely a good card. Next up, we have Tyler Eifert. Let's go ahead to the Bungles. Let's take a look to see what the Eifert is looking like. So Eifert right now can be yours for a minuscule about 200k. So we take a look, and he has 84 speed, 85 run block, which is great, 90 catching, which is great, 89 release, which is great. Pretty good route running for a tight end. Great catch in traffic. Pretty good spec catch as well. Again, it's very difficult for anybody to equal up to the receiving attributes that Shannon Sharp has, because he is an absolute monster when it comes to catching the ball. But Tyler Eifert, pretty good card. Pretty good card. Again, his run blocking is A1. His catching is pretty good. His release is pretty good. His route running is, you know, for tight end is pretty good. You know, there's only a handful of tight ends that are close to like Shannon Sharp. You know, might be just him and Tony Gonzalez really. But outside of that, you know, pretty solid card. I would be happy with him. Next up, we got the big fella, the Legion of Boom. We're going to look at this Kam Chancellor, and my goodness, does this Kam Chancellor look really good. The only thing that kind of makes you go, eh, of this card is that stupid chemistry that nobody wants and toughness that doesn't help him in any way, shape, or form. But 87 speed, again, not top tier speed, not the fastest guy in the game, not the type of speed that you would really like to have at your tight end, but it's not like really, I mean, it's okay, you know, as long as you don't, you know, press and put him down in your linebackers area and expect him to cover deep over the middle of the field. As long as you don't do anything like that, it should be okay. I mean, his height makes up for it. I would like to think that the range that he's able to provide, because of him being 6'3" in his tall frame, you know, he could be a little, you know, maybe 5 yards below the ball area and still make a play to where somebody like you know, Rashad Jones probably has to be a little closer to the ball because he doesn't have that jumping ability of Kam Chancellor or height. Maybe Rashad Jones can jump out the gym. I don't know. Anyways, listen, don't worry about that. So 87 speed, 87 acceleration. Again, not the best. You know, you wish that was faster. 92 play rec is great. 88 tackle. That's, you know, pretty good. 91 zone coverage, so he meets the threshold for that, so that's important. 95 hit power with 90 pursuit, so you know Kam Chancellor cards always hit and hit very hard. Let's take a look at his block shedding to see what he's looking like in the run game. Power move, finesse move, block shedding 84. So there's definitely other options like this. To this day, this Rashad Jones with 90 block shed does amazing for me. And I say 90 because I have +2 from physical front and +2 with Von Miller. So like if I'm really getting beat bad in run, I just put him at cornerback, and you're not holding this guy. You know, 84 is good. Just wish he had physical front to be able to boost that up a little higher. You know, but still great hit power, great height. And Kam Chancellor cards to me are kind of like Eric Berry. Like they're like, even if their stats don't look the best, they usually play really good. Like every Kam Chancellor I've ever owned played fantastic for me. Next up, we have this J.J. Watt going for 475K, and I would like to think he's going for that little. You know, I mean that's quite a bit, but for a brand new J.J. Watt card to come out day one, he's usually one of the most expensive cards in the game. And the toughness, like if he has a physical front, that adds 300K more worth of value to this card easily. You take a look, he has 93 power move, which is fantastic. He has pretty good finesse move, high play rec, great block shedding at 94. Decent speed, high strength. It's just the chemistry, man. If we can add on to his, I'll even take blanket coverage, man. Let me add on to his finesse move. Give me something. I love JJ Watt cards, man, but it's probably gonna be a while before I put anybody over this Cameron Jordan, because this Cameron Jordan is so damn godlike. It's gonna be a while before anybody replaces this Cameron Jordan. But the JJ Watt card looks really, really, really good. A ton of strength, ton of block shed, ton of power move. The thing with JJ Watt is his cards are usually the opposite. His cards usually are terrible in Ultimate Team, and I always get myself a JJ Watt because he's my favorite NFL player, and that's playing today, and I love JJ Watt, and I always get his cards every year, and they underperform every single year. This card looks fantastic. This card looks fantastic, man. You take a look at this Darrelle Revis. He has 92 speed. Not the fastest in the game, but it's okay. It'll definitely be more than enough to get the job done. 95 acceleration, so he's going to hit that top speed pretty quickly. 95 man coverage, 92 zone, 87 press, 93 play rec. Darrelle Revis cards are usually pretty damn good. His man coverage is really high. Like, I'm actually considering getting this card because I got to run a little bit more man coverage, man. I really think that if your man coverage is higher than their route running, you can do a pretty good job of locking them up. And we have Dion. There's not too many really high man coverage guys in the game. Like Dion is at 97, Revis is at 95, and I have tier 1, which would make it 96. Coach Madden will make that 97. So I think if I put him and Dion on the outside in certain situations in man coverage, I really think we could lock some people up. Like, his man coverage is pretty damn good. The card looks good. If I could get this card, I would. I'm talking about, like, my budget squad, because it's for a card to come on the Lizard Squadron, it has to be like the best card at the position, and Darrelle Revis is not, but he looks really good. And when I think about it, like, would I use this card on my budget squad? Yes. Like, would I use Tyler Eifert on my budget squad? I wouldn't go after him. Like, would I go after Shazier? I wouldn't go after him because I already have Deion Jones, and to me, even if I didn't, I would rather stay with Harvest Deion Jones because the speed isn't that far off. Would I go for Kam Chancellor? 100%. Would I go for JJ Watt? 100%. Would I go for this Revis? 100%. And then we have Marshawn Lynch on the Bills, and he is going for 300 some odd K. Well, less than 300K. We take a look at this card, and 89 speed, so he doesn't have blazing fast speed, but Marshawn Lynch card never does unless it's like a boss card. High carrying, high trucking. You already know he has Pound the Rock, so he's going to be able to boost up his trucking to 96 if you get tier 4 going. The card is just usually a workhorse, man. It just looks phenomenal. I actually wouldn't mind this card either. Like, if I didn't have AP, like, my goodness, I could only imagine what this card could do. Like, Marshawn Lynch card usually just something magical about him. Again, you could add him to the list of cards that perform better than what the stats say, and he's one of them. And the last card, which is going to be QB Andrew Luck. So let's head on over to the Colts, and he's going for 400K as well, 400 plus. And we take a look at what he has to offer. Really good speed, not like top tier Michael Vick great, but 84 is really, really, really good. Like, really, really good. 90 throw power, which is fantastic. 91 short, 87 medium, 87 deep. But here lies the problem, that toughness chemistry, man. Again, just imagine he had go deep, and you can add to his throw power and his throw deep a little bit. But the card just looks fantastic, man. Like, is this a card I would want on my budget squad? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. He looks great. It's just that chemistry is buns. But outside of that buns chemistry, oh my goodness, he just looks really, really, really good. I mean, you compare him to Mariota, who has a little bit more speed, but Andrew Luck is just throwing the ball better with more throw power. And I'm not sure how much Mariota is going for, but this Andrew Luck card looks really good, man. Those are all the new flashbacks that were released today. I'd love to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on today's flashback content. Please leave that in the comment section down below. It's your boy GS. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.